Variables are one of the most important concepts in Python, and many videos don't fully cover all the things you can do with variables, or they don't explain well enough. And you need to fully understand variables to start making progress in programming. So this is everything you need to know to master variables. To create a variable, you assign different values, such as numbers, strings, and Boolean values to names using the equal operator. You can think of variables as containers that store data values, and the name of the variable is the label of what's inside the container. When you call upon the label, you get what's inside the container. In this example, I labeled the amount of goldfish by typing goldfish_amount. And by using the equal operator to assign it to value, I can make it equal to 10. When naming a variable in Python, the name has to start with a letter or an underscore, but it cannot start with a number. And you can use any characters inside the variable, except spaces. Just use the underscores instead of spaces. Keep in mind that Python is case sensitive, so goldfish amount and goldfish amount with a capital G are different variables. Remember to make your variable name short and descriptive, so when you read your code, you can understand what is happening. Python supports various variable types, including integers, floats, strings, and booleans. These are some examples. You can see it's pretty simple to assign different data types to variables. Just make sure to use the correct syntax. So quotation marks for strings, no quotation marks for numbers, and to use the uppercase for the first letter of Boolean values. Changing the value of a variable is pretty simple. All you have to do is restate the exact same name of the variable and assign it a new value, effectively updating its value. You can see I now changed the amount from 10 to 9. Variables can be updated with new values throughout your program. Variables have scope, which determines where they can be accessed. Python has a function scope and a global scope. That means that a variable that isn't inside a function is called a global scope, which means that it is a global variable, which is a variable that can be accessed anywhere in the program, including inside functions. While a variable that is inside a function is called a function scope, which means that it is a local variable, which is a variable that can be only accessed inside the function. Inside the function goldfish amount, we have a local variable, so if I try to print it, we get an error that says goldfish is not defined, while you can print the other global variables. You can bypass local variables by using the global keyword. Make sure to use the global keyword just to make the variable. You'll get an error if you try to assign it on the same line. It's important to follow naming conventions for variables to make your code more readable and understandable. You can follow snake case for variable names, which is using all lowercase letters with words separated by underscores. Also, it's important to choose descriptive and meaningful names and try to make them short when possible, so it's faster to write your code. Constants are values that don't change, and although Python doesn't have built-in constants, it's common to represent them using uppercase variable names. However, keep in mind that their values still can be modified. Python has built-in functions to convert variables from one type to another. You can use the int function to convert a string variable to an integer. Python has many more conversion functions, and you will find them when you actually need them. But some commonly used ones are float, which converts to a floating point number, tuple, which converts to a tuple, list, which converts to a list. Python allows multiple assignments in a single line, making it convenient to assign values to multiple variables simultaneously. Just use commas to separate different variable names and values. Also, make sure the number of variables on the left side of the assignment operator match the number of variables on the right side, or you will get a syntax error. That's everything about variables by themselves. If you want to learn how to master strings, which includes adding variables to strings, watch this video, or click on the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.